What's up, Derek? Welcome to Simulation Talk 135. We'll wait for a few more people to show up. Good to see you, Ben. Excited to explore more. Troll Roos. Hello, human avatar. Hello, other human avatar. Welcome. Shoot me an email and we can chat tomorrow. Cool. Yeah, I will. Tomorrow my day is pretty packed, so it has to be tentative, Ben. But I will definitely find a window. I would love to chat with you. So I'll send you an email the second that I see that there's a realistic timeline there. And I'll obviously let you know in advance. Not going to tell you last second. Then we'll see if it matches your schedule as well. What's up, Auntie? Hi, Dan. Can't wait for the new video on the console. Any idea when it might be ready? No, because in order to finalize it, I have to find at least a couple of days free. And at the moment, it doesn't look like I have anything like that until January. If a miracle happens and I have it before, then I'll definitely be able to do it before. But these final touches, man. What's up, Daniel? Good to see you, brother. Ben Dweller is thanking you for the membership yesterday, Ben. And I second that. Thanks. You have a very generous heart, brother, and deeply appreciated. Yeah, I'm very excited to find out how we can work together on a few things. Sounds like your heart is really in the right place. What's up, Liam Borgine? Good to have you. I've never caught you live before. I've witnessed what you've seen in the laser is using cymatics. If you have an email, I have videos, images, I'd love to send you. Absolutely. You can send it to lasersimulationx@gmail.com, which is also listed on this website, codeofreality.com. And on the website it's listed, but it's lasersimulationx@gmail.com. Yeah, would love to see it. Love your show, long time lurker, first time chatter. Awesome, Dabs. Well, good. That's really funny. Glad to have you. Welcome everybody on TikTok and YouTube and X and Twitch as well. Let's see what we got here. Can't find the Facebook group you mentioned for extraction stuff. Could you tell the specified? Because I can't find anything. Yeah, it's I think it's I make the name of the molecule. Oh my God, Facebook with its nonsense. It just signs you out every once in a while. Hold on, I'll tell you. Pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Are they gonna fix their UX UI ever? Yeah, it's I make the name of the molecule. And if you're still having a hard time finding it, always email me and I'll send you the link to them. I can't tell you the full name because I can't say the name of the molecule, but it's I make and then the 3 letters of the name of the molecule. That's the Facebook group. How can we get on the Molecule X list to do more exploration? Whoever got to sleep with. I'll send you a list. Just tested the code with the fridge magnet again, stronger than yesterday. It does warp the code. Even the fridge magnet? It does or it doesn't? Van Dweller. Because yesterday you said doesn't. Congratulations on being recognized by Joe Rogan. Thank you, Dimitri. It's funny. Your name is Dimitri. I'm not sure that it still qualifies for being recognized, and I understand Joe has to be very careful. What he puts on this podcast and what he says, but hopefully soon enough, it will be definitely an incredible chat, and right in Joe's wheelhouse, so it should be fun. What's up, Ian? Good to see you, brother. Dimitri Kaska, Rogan. Oh, yeah. Go to Daniel. Go to Instagram. I posted a clip from it. Also on X, I posted a clip from it, but it was in the latest episode with Strassman. They kind of mentioned it by passing. They didn't mention me, of course, or they just Joe. I think saw the Danny Jones podcast, and that's what he was talking about. And then Strassman, I think, wanted to get off the subject, so that was interesting. But in any case, at least it was mentioned, which is also nice. Have you received my surprise in the mail? Oh, Sharp Accidental. Not yet. I'm supposed to go pick everything up tomorrow, and then I'll let you know. I didn't realize you sent me a gift. Thank you so much. I'm excited to find out. Tomorrow I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna write it down. That it was you. Hold on. Do you think the molecule world is accessible through astral projection, i.e., out of body experience? I wish I knew. I always ask what the main difference is, because I never know the difference. Some people try to explain it to me, but I'm not sure because I've never had the other one. But if I ever do, I'll definitely report back. Limbo Gene is saying I tried to write, but it didn't show up. Write what? Sorry, Limbo Gene. I make the molecule. Search for it on YouTube. I make the molecule, and the name is here. Eric Peterson, like this, with an E at the end, not O. I'm going on T. Rogan soon, brother. Hopefully. The GRE clip is the beginning. Indeed. Where can I get D-vapes? That is the question, isn't it? Depending where you are in the world. It does. Okay, amazing. Can you try it, Van Dweller, next time with the piece of paper? Again, if it's not clear, and I'm sorry I'm reiterating if you do understand, but I do want to make it clear. So if you project it on the magnet, whatever surface you see that it is scrambling it, put it behind a paper like this. It doesn't have to be big for now. And just put it, if you can position it like this and like clip it to something so it just stays there, and then project the laser here, basically where the magnet would hit this. Okay. And then see if it scrambles the code here on the paper. And you should see a difference then between the code that hits the regular paper without the magnet behind it and the one that is on the magnet. If it scrambles it this way, we just changed the world. Even if some people don't understand that yet. I have the FreeBus, but one vapes ones. Oh, Freebase, you mean? Yeah. Well, it depends. Where are you in the world, Gustavo? I use the bigger magnet from the fridge. It's about 1 inch in diameter and pretty strong. Okay, yeah, the strength is what matters, I know. Daniel, yeah, he had an episode with Strassman, and Joe asked Strassman about the laser thing. And then Strassman said that he just discovered it like 2 days ago. And I put the clip on Instagram. You can see it. And I also put it on X. How are you? Is it Sin? Oh, I didn't say anything yet to TikTok. Apologies. Didn't mean to ignore you. Welcome everybody on TikTok as well. We do just a short intro. Welcome everybody to Simulation Talk 135. This channel usually revolves around the simulation hypothesis. I'm claiming that I'm moving it from a hypothesis to actual experimental world. I'm claiming to have found an experiment, a proof that we live in a simulation. Quick shout out to avocados. Shout out to avocados, everybody. But am I liking my own? Yeah, I'm just trying to say hello. Usually we meet here every single day to discuss both the experiment, the implications, as well as science in general, religion, spirituality, God, whatever comes to mind. And just a quick announcement: I've recently added a members program on YouTube, and if you want to join, you're more than welcome to do so. It will definitely help the project, help me focus on it full time. Depending on the tier, it will allow you to get early access to all the videos I'm releasing, Zoom calls with me and other members, as well as private Zoom calls, depending if it's a higher tier. And there's some higher tiers there. But in any case, either any membership helps tremendously, and I deeply appreciate it if you choose to join. And if you want to check out the website that has to do with the experiment, both for the protocol, the lasers, and everything else, that all information experiment, you can go to codeofreality.com, and most of the information is there. Somebody's asking if I'm teaching magic. Yes, I am. Look at this. Lasers. I keep liking my own feed. I'm just trying to say hello to people, and it keeps liking it. Oh yeah, if you guys feel inclined to give the live a like, it helps tremendously across all platforms: TikTok and YouTube and X and Twitch. What's up, Easy Sin? Oh, from Twitch. I'm so excited. Welcome. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate you. Yeah, man. Let's go indeed. Eric Peterson. Yep. Oh, I wrote it. Jesus. What up, broski? The concrete podcast you did the other day was great. Thank you for that. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for the kind words. What kind of lasers? You can look at all the information on codeofreality.com, but technically any laser that is diffracted, and make sure that it's never above 5 milliwatts. So it has to be diffracted and never above 5 milliwatts. But the specifics of the lasers you can see on codeofreality.com. I discovered that if you project a diffracted laser on a surface, like this one, this is the ones we make, and you project and you ingest the spirit molecule, you will see code running in surfaces. And this has now been verified by many individuals around the world. And there's, at this point, started somewhat of an ongoing debate in the scientific community. I think it's less of a debate. It's more, how can we prove that this is wrong? But great. That's what we need. It's exactly what we need. How are you, Royo? Is it Rolo or Royo? How do you pronounce it? What does 5 mg on molecule do? Is that really low dose? It is relatively low, but that's all you need really for the code, if you ask me. It was with the paper, Van Dweller? All right, this is incredible. I can't wait to start running these experiments now. Oh, I forgot to do it today. Wow, that's crazy. Huh. All right. Yeah, well, do you mind writing a report on this? Even a short one, just like the exact way you did it. It will be very helpful. And just send me that as an email, or you can use the questionnaire on the website, which is another way to do that. You got it, Bonita. Yeah, that's basically what my channel is about this discovery. And you can check out the videos. And, if you go to codeofreality.com, there's also my email is listed there, and we can communicate that way. Don't send me a DM here. I rarely check my social media, but emails, yes. Oh, Portugal. Why can't I pronounce it? How do you pronounce it? Portugal. Portugal. I don't know how to say that word. I didn't realize that. Well, first of all, I heard it's a lovely place. Let's see. Maybe I know somebody there. Let me get back to you on that. I have to find out. Salute, President Zaddy. Haven't seen you in a while. First call to say, wow. You only addressed my comments when I was incoherent, but avoided me when I was completely coherent. Good talk. If I haven't responded to your comment, I simply haven't seen it, or, there's just one of me, brother. I will miss more and more comments. That's just what's gonna happen. Hello, Kay. Why isn't Joe Rogan? What do you mean? Why am I not on Joe Rogan? It takes time. It looks like a wavy distortion compared to the rest of the code next to it. That's not in front of the magnet. That's insane. So you're saying you technically will be able to predict where the magnet would be theoretically. Wow. Wow, man. That's huge. Wow. Wow. That is insane. I look like a young Keanu Reeves, or at least a young Keanu Reeves. I appreciate it. He's a good guy. Headed where after my life? That'd be cool. Oh, you mean to YouTube? Shouldn't we be worried about all the drone sightings in USA? I vote no. I vote stop worrying about anything. Enjoy your life. We have everything. Enjoy it. You ever seen the rainbow-eyed people when you're out there? No, but I would love to. That sounds amazing. I look like an Orthodox. Wow, I apologize. I look like an Orthodox Christians. Well, I am Russian and they are Orthodox, so he looks kind of like young Keanu Reeves. Joe's. Jones may not be American though. Okay, only once when I was 17, and again a couple of years ago, and I'm 40 now. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, UFOs. Got it. Maybe you should reach out to Joe Rogan and show him the code. He's 100% up to that. Sure. This whole thing is almost like asking me to just go with the way of the Tao. Don't reach. Allow things to happen. So they will happen in their natural pace. Just keep circling. Keep doing the work. Making sure that leading from the heart and aiming towards the good, and making sure that the aim of the whole project is towards something positive and true. And I believe it'll just happen. And and then I'll obviously show Joe if he wants to see, with pleasure. And yeah, I'm technically one step removed from Joe from a few directions, but you know how that works. Because of somebody, if somebody is in Joe's caliber of fame and knowability, I guess that is fame. People who are very close to him are also very protective of him. So even though I know these people, until it's not like like a go time, I'm sure that eventually I will be connected to him in some way. But sure, I mean, when was your last experiment? Today. We had an experiment today. What happened with Joe? He mentioned the laser experiment that he found out about it a couple of days ago. I heard your conversation with Gallimore, and the apparatus design idea that you discussed with him is as valid as any other scientific tech apparatus. Thank you, Gustavo. I mean, and Gustavo is a scientist, guys, and I mean this, and I feel very empowered when scientists actually collaborate with. Honestly, Gustavo, can you explain to me why was I not clear? Maybe it's hard to understand when you're in just audio. Maybe that's what it is. But like I thought the experiment is pretty clear. I don't know. It's just what Van Dweller just did. It's pretty straightforward. by I'm the guy who follows. Can make cake disappear or make the air smell funny. Is that a promise? A threat? I'm not sure. First cause says, I am the guy that everyone follows. Are you Jesus? Oh, Jesus is in the chat. Not sure if you answered before, but curious on your response to Andrew Gallimore in the beginning of his video. He mentioned laser viewed by the molecule user is a construct of the strange world of the molecule, not reality. I mean, this conversation is very nuanced and it's very complex. So I invite you, CryptoDanks, to just go to X, formerly known as Twitter, go to either my account or Andrew's account, and maybe 3 or 4 posts back, you'll see a recording of my conversation with him yesterday. It was a very lovely conversation, very positive, very great. Casey, how are you, brother? We have another verifier of the magnet, by the way. And so, yeah, you can listen to the whole conversation. It's almost 3 hours.
Hey.
How you doing, brother?
Super good. So, want to hear something?
Always.
Okay,
and 1 second. And also, thank you so much, CryptoDanks. I appreciate you. Go ahead.
Someone sent me a comment, a DM, sorry, on X after the talk you had the other day on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And the point of the message was, yeah, man, it's like, I just don't know about, I don't think I'm really down with the way things have gone so far, like with the Strassmans or whoever or whatever. But but this is a ground roots movement, and I'm in it for if anything, for the laughs, for the fun. And, he had some good comments, but the ground roots movement of it kind of like sparked some interest. Like, it reminded me of how you described like the part about knowing, when you just know something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's all.
Yeah, thank you. And I think this thing with knowledge is a tricky one, because somehow we convinced ourselves that we know nothing, which of course is not true. Like, we know something. So it's almost like everybody in a competition to say, well, no, you can't possibly know that. It's like, well, wait a second. So, can we ever say we know something? So yeah, it's kind of like where I stand. Like, at a certain point you reach, or at least you solidify yourself in a particular position of confidence from which you're operating. You then can refine the position or change it or move from it or evolve beyond it. But for the time being, whatever that is works, right? And we call that knowledge. The idea that somehow eventually we will probably replace it with better knowledge doesn't nullify the fact that in the time that you're operating out of this conviction about whatever it is, if it tracks anything, that is the definition of knowledge, or at least the way that I would define it. So let's see. We have, what's the lowest dose molecule will work? I don't know. It depends on your state. It's hard to say. This is why I always say use a vape, because with the vape, you can literally go as low as you possibly can. How low can you go? As low as you possibly can with the vape. Hey, first cause, please leave the chat if you're coming to spreading negativity in previous lives. We are not interested in any negative comments. I am not big on ganging up on people, but I have to second this comment. First cause. That's not what this chat is about. If you have something to say of value, by all means. Otherwise, it's not even about the negativity. It's just boring. The apparatus design where a room is separated by glassy black tinted opaque that lets laser light through and has a person molecule on one side and on the other a person with a magnet. Scientific. I would agree. Does it work with green laser? Yes. It does work with a green laser. It's just that with the green laser, it will be harder to look for it for longer because it's a higher frequency. I wonder what would happen if you attach a laser beam to the shark's forehead. I think we should actually do this experiment. But what we should do is we should also let the shark smoke the molecule. Molecule shark with a laser attached to its head, and put 2 sharks like that and put them on 2 separate sides of the room and see what happens. Send those photos over to the email. I'll send a video later. It's too big of a file, so I have to edit it down to send it, and I'm happy to finally get in touch with you about this. Absolutely. Thank you, Shalka Ford. And by the way, if anybody has a video they want to share and it's too large and you don't feel like editing anything, you can just tell me that in the email, and I will send you a request from Dropbox, and you can just dump the whole thing in there. No problem. Coherent is one of your favorite words. It is true. It is true. Every once in a while, there'll be like a word that I just repeat a lot. Even though I'm trying not to, but you underestimate my influence and who follows me. That is true. I am underestimating it. Or maybe accurately estimating it. I'm not sure. Can you imagine if Jesus would be walking around like this? You underestimate my powers, my friend. Jesus is just Darth Vader in this case. I moved the magnet around behind the paper, and you could see exactly where it was by the distortion. Do you understand what's going on here? We're changing history, my friends, and we're doing it together. And that's what this is about, truly. Isn't this more exciting? Like, I guess it is kind of nice to be like in the position of like, a scientist who worked their whole life and like they discovered this big thing. I get it. It's beautiful and it should keep happening because people should be rewarded for the amount of work they put into a particular subject. But this to me just feels so exhilarating and exciting. Like, we can run these experiments like worldwide, and then you can put it in labs and whatever, but like this is amazing. Like right now somebody is experiencing something. Van Dweller and Casey were experiencing something that, if pans out, which sounds like it might, but it sounds like it might, they're experiencing right now something that nobody in history ever considered or saw. This is amazing, and we have this on a live, and it's happening in real time, and we're all a part of it. It's incredible.
I'm about to go in again to try to confirm this. The difficulty, of course, is that you can see it from all angles. That's the bizarreness, or the bizarreness of the code.
You mean like kind of like you can see the outlines on the outside, also like in 3D, like protruding
like parallax. It doesn't matter where you are in the room. You can look at it from any angle, right?
Oh, and you can see it from the angle. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, you can see the code, but that makes it also difficult to accurately pinpoint the magnet thing going on.
And by the way, just a thought. This is exactly how, if we do things this way and it grows, this way of doing things, imagine what happens if I mean, it's a huge if. I mean, this is like maybe a pie in the sky, whatever. But if we figure out some kind of a crazy thing that humanity can use, like propulsion or something that can just change, like the way that things are done. If we do it this way, good luck with any entity trying to own it. It just belongs to humanity, and we just know it, and we can make it.
There you go. I know. I was thinking like, you could probably like with the thing, if it does scramble it, that means you can make something that will descramble it.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Yep. That is amazing, Van Dweller. Thank you so much. Gerard Drorig. Are these spaces you get to on the molecule in a quantum realm, as we call it? Good question. I don't know. Thank you, Grayson. Oh, Grayson says, you will, Danny. You will figure out something great. I believe in you. Thank you. But I do believe this is a joint project. We might be putting things together. The idea of the paper came not from me, but from Laszlo. I was thinking about something much more convoluted. I told him about the idea of the magnet. I told him that I need to now find another magnet with a different surface, just to make sure that it's maybe not the surface, because the surface is it is smooth, but there's these lines, so maybe it was the lines. And then I told him, but then I have to find a surface that is not a magnet with this exact surface, right? And he said, why? Just put a paper on the magnet. I was like, oh, I'm dumb. And voila, now we have an idea. How, like, isn't it like literally think about it, we could, it's like the beginning of a hive mind, right? In the best way possible. We just like think together before even Neuralink or anything like this.
The part about the paper in front of the magnets, why does that make it no brainer though? Because why would it make it
No, why is it so significant? Is because the paper at the moment is small, so you kind of know where the magnet is. But if you do it behind a very large screen, you have
I get
oh,
that,
okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm trying to keep running experiments now, because I'm like, okay, I can't. I'm wondering if the paper is causing it not to scramble this right now. That's where I'm more concerned in my observations. Like,
yeah, if it doesn't make it scramble, then it's not checking out, or we need a more powerful magnet, or I don't know.
Yeah, or go back to no paper in front of it type of thing.
Well,
that's what I'm wondering. That's what.
No. If you go back to no paper in front of it, then you will have to run a lot of tests, but you will have to first think that it's because of whatever surface on the magnet, right? It might still pan out to be something, but it's much less tenable. Like, okay, it's not much less tenable. It's a lot harder to prove, because if you can show that through any kind of screen, the effect still happens. I mean, that's if you put it on the screen that the code is supposed to be presented in, and then somehow the information is traveling through the piece of paper. That at that point you proved it. Like you need, and anybody who's going to resist it at that point, they're just truly just incapable of reframing. That's already a different story.
Yeah, because the whole point of this is that it's that invisible field that it's traveling upon, and the paper doesn't affect that when it's strong enough.
Exactly. Yeah. I moved the magnet around behind the paper and it could exactly where it was. Oh, okay. I read that already, but still, I love reading it every time. Are these spaces? So about the question about if there's a quantum world, I'm not really sure. Hey man, first time I've been in your live, but been following your stuff. I love what you're doing. I resonate with you massively. Keep following the way. Thank you, Miller. It's so nice to get just these messages once in a while. Genius Minds, it's a group effort. Exactly. How about making a basic electromagnet battery wire coiled? If you know how to make one, I don't. I mean, I'm sure we can look it up, but the power that we will need for what I want to test with, which is not for the scrambling, but to see if it jumps to another, to a higher stable oscillation, it's a very powerful magnet that I don't think you can make at home. It's a very controlled kind of thing, and it's very expensive. So it might just be not relevant. Power of the beast. Hey Dan, got membership. How can I join the monthly membership live? Thank you for the question, Maverick Star. Email me, please, to lasersimulationx@gmail.com. Title, I should put this somewhere so it's easier for people when they join. I'll put it in the membership program somehow, so when people join, they see it. Put new member, your name, and your handle in the title. And then you can write whatever you want, but first your name, new member, your name, and your handle in the title. Because I have a split inbox for all the emails starting with the title new member. So that way I can see all the new members and I can add them to the mailing list. So that's perfect. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Helps a lot. I imagine the soul always as something in quantum spaces. It's very possible. But yes, in English, that's how it is said. What is said? Imagine being in the chat when he had 5 views every day and he doesn't remember your name. All right. So I'm first of all, I'm terrible with names in general. It's just I'm not good at that, right? So you taking offense for me not remembering what your name is? Jesus is in the house. When will there be another Zoom? Probably the same date. So probably the 25th or the 26th, but I'll send you guys the invite. And probably beginning January or February, I'm gonna have to hire an executive assistant, and they'll be organizing everything because I'm it's getting a little out of hand, and I'm not that good at organization. So I'm kind of keeping up with my schedule, but I want to make sure that also things are more arranged and aligned and all of that. Oh yeah. Texas Trev, how are you, brother? Also about the strobe test. That's a good one. I have to thank you for reminding me. I gotta put it in the protocol. Strobe test put on website and credit Texas Trev. You got it, brother. Thank you for the reminder. Speaking of bad memory, you know. I found Eric Peterson, but not the group. I think he himself has to invite. Sure. So tell him you came from my chat. He'll add you right away. Perfect. Send him a message. Say Danny Goller said it's cool for me to join. Drone shot down over my house. Did you go check it out? Is there anywhere in the U.S. where the molecule is legal? I think maybe in Connecticut. No, not Connecticut. What is it called? Dude, what is happening with my brain? What's right under Washington? Come on. What is wrong with me? What is right above California? I'm so terrible. And maybe also Colorado. Oregon. Thank you.
Yeah, and Oakland, California.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Oregon, I think it might be. And then Colorado as well, I think, maybe. Has anyone seen the code without using the laser? 2 women, as far as I know. Oh, in churches in Florida and Texas. That's true. That's me. Grayson saying, I would have checked out the drone for sure. Yeah, you should go check out the drone. That would be cool. Send a video. Can you share your Zoom screen so we can see the live experiment? What do you mean? You mean like during a Zoom call? Hey, Danny, any working hypothesis on how what the molecule alters to expand one's apparatus, quote unquote, is it's expanding electromagnetic spectrum we can view, or I don't know, would love to discuss ideas. So first of all, that's a great idea that I haven't thought about, to be honest. Which is that it expands the electromagnetic spectrum. That's an interesting idea. I think it adds. It feels like it adds more frames per second, so to speak, or computational steps per second of what the brain is capable of doing. So you can see more frames per second of reality itself, or experience more frames per second of reality itself. But I have to say that I like this. I like this. I like to play with this idea because from the holographic principle, it lends itself really nicely to it. Do you mind emailing me? And I guess title all these emails "New Idea." So title it "New Idea" and then your name, and then write the idea. So if this pans out, I can credit you with the idea of being the originator of this idea. Have you tried placing multiple lasers next to each other? Yes. I mean, it works, but it doesn't really give you a lot more clarity, to be honest. Did you get people with synesthesia to do the experiment? No, but it will be interesting. Is there a trusted, legit source for a molecule vape in the US? I mean, there are, but, it's problematic to talk about that kind of stuff, especially on a live. The fact you only address negative comments is sad. I have made many scientific questions on this chat. You ignored. You can just put them now instead of writing all these texts, bro. Just just ask a question. I mean, I actually don't like your comments. Don't really bother me that much, but it's just it brings like a negative vibe, and people don't appreciate it. So I'm gonna give you one more chance to ask a question, and you're more than welcome. But one more negative comment, I'm just gonna have to throw you out. And it's actually not personal. It's just kind of like it's everybody. It lowers everybody's enjoyment. This is so exciting. Also waiting for the membership live. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be fun. Changing history, and Jesus is walking by our side, dude. Jesus is here insulting us. It would be hilarious. That would be a great show. I would watch it. I don't watch anything, but I would watch that show. If there's like a show about Jesus coming back, but he's like a grump, and he's just like always moody, but he is the Lord and Savior, but he's just super moody and he's just like always resigned and like jaded about everything. Uh, let me tell you, I've seen it all, kid. That would be a great Jesus character. Jesus George Carlin, basically. No, George Carlin is too angry. Too angry. Maybe George Costanza. George Costanza, Jesus. That's a character. The Life of Brian. Yep. Started using light because I'm huge into EDM. Got into laser because of it too. That's a cool story. Then one day I found cymatics. Changed my viewpoint on light. Sorry, guys. It's pretty late. And sound ever since then. Then I found your video that described things I saw and it blew my mind. Well, I'm glad you found it. And welcome here. Can't wait to watch your documentary. Me neither. It should be fun. I've seen some scenes that Aaron created. He's such a master. It's unbelievable. Wow. Like at some points I forgot that this movie is to some degree about me. Like truly, like in some scene I was like watching, I was like, wow, this is so good. And I forgot that it's like about something that happened to me. And it's so good and so compelling that I forgot that I'm in it. So I'm very excited about it. Materialism struggles to explain the origin of consciousness. I think it's incapable, not struggles. Sharp Accidental saying we have millions of people that can leave their body to look from a higher reality, and the church know that for a very long time it doesn't change anything. Everyone has to change themselves to make us see. I agree with you with the spirit of your comment. Everybody should look at themselves and change themselves. Any ETA in a documentary? No. Only thing I can say is the same we always say, which is 7 months to a year. At this point, a little less, obviously. Oh my god. Hey, Danny did the molecule and saw the code, right? Oh, Danny Jones, you mean? He saw the beginning of the code, and he saw the kind of like the gears, and then he needed more molecule, and then we launched, and then he forgot about it because he was like in another world, and we didn't push for it. So no, he did not see the full code. We didn't really try that much with him. Many more, Rogan. We mad access for Bart, Cibro, and many more to Rogan, etc. Because it's I can't pronounce it because we create interest conversations. I'm not sure that I understand the comment first, cause if you can clarify. What's up, Jessica? The moments are called inspiration when they go right. Indeed. I say Rainbow 42, and the next say you acted like it was your idea. Just because you said it doesn't mean I didn't have that idea. You realize that, right? Also, do I sound like I'm in the habit of taking other people's ideas? My whole thing is to try and incorporate as many people as possible. You complain a lot of it, Jesus, bro. What is the proper clip and paper trick? I'm not sure what you mean by that, N. So first cause is saying, I'm the frogman, bro, trying to teach you how to play life, not guitar, because you're SHIT at that. All right. Subjective experiences, qualia, cannot be explained solely by physical processes or simulations. Physical processes, no. Simulations, a little bit more because it's a computational process. And in the end, whatever consciousness is doing can be logically thought of as expressing as a computation. But of course, the first person experience of it has to either be fundamental or some other very elaborate trick that we can't think about. So I agree with you. What's up, Fat Albert? This is so not PC, your handle. How did they not cancel you yet? I mean, it's hilarious. If anyone interested, look at a red light night vision. You will be shocked. Yeah, it's a known story, brother. I'm not so sure that. Yeah, I mean it's a known story, and you can look it up, but I'm not so sure it's true. If consciousness is simulated, it raises the question of whether the simulators themselves are conscious. The idea is not that the consciousness is simulated. The consciousness is probably fundamental. The environment is simulated, or it's computational. And then in that context, a simulation just means a slice of this larger computational space. So almost like a parallel world, basically. Video on my page. Cool. William Volvage. If so, where does consciousness originated? Okay, yeah. So I think I answered it with the last comment. I think idealism is basically true. Casey's people asking if you're doing it again. I think he's doing it in the background right now. First cause like negative me. You know.
Yep, just setting it up.
This is after Rogan. Will you do member lives after Rogan? Oh, absolutely. That'll be, of course. It's a must. Jaded Christ. Just joined, but presume someone has already mentioned you. You mentioned on Joe Rogan. Yeah, that was cool. I suffer from cynical a-hole syndrome. It's not my fault. You're right. Well, you're still welcome here, brother. Always welcome here. Just don't push it beyond the limit where people get uncomfortable. That's all. Is there anywhere you would be able to recommend a reputable source for the thing? No, definitely not online. That's not a thing that is possible to do, unfortunately. Can be the molecule be available in India on medical shops? We have stores here that sell every DRUG for very cheap. So if I were to find it there, what should I ask for? You're from India, Maverick Star? Maverick Star? That's awesome. Wait, you guys sell the molecule in the store? That's amazing. I can't say the word here. Sorry. You have to just Google the spirit molecule. That's what you're looking for. Google the spirit molecule will tell you what it's called. Hard to find happy atheist. That's true. I guess I can say that maybe I was one for a while. I mean, I consider myself an atheist most of my life, which is kind of funny. Was I happy? No, but I don't think it's related. I don't think it's necessarily related. I think it doesn't. The idea that you don't believe in God automatically makes you unhappy in life. I don't think it has anything to do with it. I think most people are unhappy for many reasons. Yeah, I don't think there's like a strong correlation there. But it is true that the sense of community that at least the organized religions bring, for sure, makes you a happier person. There's no question about that. Portugal, where can I get Portugal? Portugal. Oh my God, you taught me how to say the word. Thank you so much. I would never guess that you're supposed to do Portugal. Wow, look at that. Thank you. Where can I get the vapes? Anyone knows? Here. Well, if anybody wants to say, by all means, I definitely don't know at the moment. I'd watch Grumpy Jesus. Grumpy Jesus sounds like a great show, honestly. It's or OCD Jesus. Imagine like that. You remember the show Monk with the detective? It was adorable. So imagine Jesus like Monk, like an OCD Jesus. Well, Carl, join the club. Thank you for having an open heart to spiritual matters. Absolutely, Grayson one. On average, people who attend religious services are happier. That is true. Maybe people with synesthesia will see the code different in a way that align the combination of a better way. Who knows, man? Who knows? We'll find out. This guy looks like a history teacher. Me? I look like a history teacher? I've never gotten that before, if you're talking about me. But unfortunately, I have to get headed for work. You all take care. And here, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Shackleford 420. Woo! Did you see my email with my tattoo? I tattooed the laser in my molecule experience 10 years ago. Super trippy when I discovered your video. No way. No, I haven't seen it yet. But I will definitely check it out. The coolest teacher ever. Oh. What is helpful? Let's see. Texas Trevor was saying something. I guess I missed. Somebody donated. Who's that? Dave Jr. Thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, brother. Whoops. We jumped for something else. Hello from the UK. Wait, I don't want to miss people. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate you. I am excited to know when you're going to do a class on the molecule. How is this coming along? Class on the molecule? What do you mean by that? Sorry. I am a sleepy guy today. You have to scrape bark off a tree. Whoa, long day today. Scrape. Good luck. Am I actively acting these days? No, not actively acting. I used to. It was fun.
Okay. So I have wrong headphone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so I switched to a standard piece of paper instead of what I had been putting the magnet behind. Whatever. So a standard sheet of paper. Stand by.
Pie toasts. We talk about the research all the time. We're doing one right now. We'll do Casey. We'll do it live. Casey will do it live. Do you think wormholes into other end realities on the time travel can be achieved through further experimentation with the code? Who knows? That would be dope. Yeah, Dave, anything has to do with schizophrenia, do not come near the molecule, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, you should be very, very careful. I would not recommend that.
Okay.
The Lace Plus night vision cam seems to be a good experiment. That sounds cool. Thank you, Texas Trev. Thank you for the. Wait, was I supposed to do it on my face? Missed my face, I think. Do I need any help with the documentary? By the way, sharks with freaking lasers beam on their foreheads in the reference. You didn't need to say that's a reference, Dr. Evil. We knew. Come on. How are you, Mark?
Well, as far as I can tell, it's doing something.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna keep testing it. Thank you.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna come soon. I'm gonna visit, and we're gonna run it together.
Yeah. Looks like it's working.
Amazing. Amazing. I'm so excited about this. Attempt to buy Bark, complete fail. We'll have to stop being hermit and phone a friend. Good morning, chat in a bit behind Howdy from Texas. Howdy, howdy. I love Texas. Can I make spirit molecule at home? Yes, you can. Search for I make the name of the molecule. All one word, by the way, I forget to say. I make the name of the molecule on Facebook, and it's Eric Peterson with an E at the end, not an O. Peterson. Look him up. Also on YouTube. Much love back, Steven. Good to see you. Dave, again, thank you so much for the donation. Dawn Thomas is saying, I am excited to know when you're going to do a class on the molecule. Again, what class on the molecule? Please continue sharing your yoni. Just made me yawn twice and I needed it. So positive. I'm 80% sure I seen the code on a laser. You probably have, but it's a different code. This is one of the most common comments I get. You're looking, it is a little different. I'm not going to talk about the differences now because I talk about it a lot, but it is most likely not exactly the same code. I hope your research brings you closer to solving a riddle of schizophrenia. I believe this realm is connected to spirit realm. Absolutely. I do think that to some degree, schizophrenia is seeing the higher realms without the map. So it kind of can really, create a lot of disturbance in the system. Plus, people tell people with schizophrenia that they're crazy, which is not helping at all. And they feel alienated and alone. I know a couple of people with schizophrenia, and it's not fun at all. My heart goes out to you, man. And if I can do anything to solve it, I mean, that would be a huge honor. You'll be one of the first to know. The email I sent with the tattoo is subject title coincidence. Think you'll be amazed. I'm excited. Casey can see the code meanwhile all the time, but nothing else. Oh yeah, the numbers definitely. I did a lot of L to your comment, Gustavo. I did a lot of L and it kind of messed with my head. I think so. I don't really do hallucinogens anymore because I just was on my own. Yeah. Wow. It kept you that way? Man, that's rough. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. They said that humans with schizophrenia don't have visuals on psychedelic. I do take antipsychotic every day. Wow. Is it possible with weaker laser light, like laser pointer or a Cantoy? The laser pointers, they're not weak. They're very strong. they're like 100 milliwatts, which is a lot. You need no more than 5. So actually, you need something way, way weaker than that. Oh. There we go. That's why. Sorry, I dropped your TikTok. Whoa. Right when it was testing too. Yeah, cannabis is actually one of the greatest offenders when it comes to like outbreaks of things. Been saying this for many mental health issues, some gifts without the blueprint. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Casey has left the Milky Way. Are you real researcher exploring absolute life? Who are you asking? Well, you're lucky, Dave. Dave is saying, listen, I own my own business and finance, and my schizophrenia doesn't really affect me too much. It's almost pleasant. So you're really lucky, and I'm very happy for that. I do know a couple of people that this is not the case. They suffer tremendously because the voices are very negative, and the other one is also visual, and also he thinks that he always knows what people are thinking before they're saying it, and he knows that it's a delusion, but it's so convincing for him that he can't shake it off. It's almost like an OCD of that kind of a thing. And he also has a lot of, he sees the world in a very negative way, and he knows that that's part of the problem. So you're very lucky, and I'm very happy that that's the case for you. It will not work with a laser pointer, no. It has to be diffracted. Just use what you see on the website. Again, codeofreality.com. You have all the specs of reality. Yeah, that's the website. You don't have to, you're not obligated to get anything from the website, of course. Just make sure that whatever you are getting, it's the same specs that we're listing. So diffracted, 5 milliwatts, and try and get the same one. They're cheap. You can get one in Alibaba really cheap. Top Lady Hawk, God bless those suffer. Yeah. I have a lot of skits friends, and one of my life goals is to find a solution. That would be great. Getting Discord on. It's been hard to catch the live when it's live. Well, you're on. And also, Discord is there. All right. I think I'm going to jump off today, guys. I think I'm fading. At this point, it's 2:30 a.m. for me. I'm sending love. Just a quick run through. If you guys want to follow me across platforms, it's Danny Goller on TikTok and Instagram, Goller Danny on X, LaserX83 on Twitch, and Dango Thoughts on YouTube. DANGO Thoughts. And I've added a membership program on YouTube that you can join, which will help me focus on this project more full time, and I appreciate that. And it will give you early access to all the videos that I'm releasing. It will give you access to Zoom calls with the members group, as well as private Zoom calls if the membership is of a higher tier, and private videos from my life and extra bonus materials. And I'm working on more things. So if you feel like joining that, please do. And you can also visit our website, codeofreality.com, where we have all the information that you need for the experiments. Apologies that I'm kind of fading. I appreciate you all. Peace and love. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Ciao. See you guys. Thank you so much for everything.